We're going to call to order the meeting of the Stony Brook Community Development District. This is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. The time is 9:01 a.m. Let the record reflect that all supervisors are present at roll call, with Supervisors Dalton and Brady participating by conference call. With that, I entertain a motion to allow their continued participation by phone, noting exceptional circumstances.
I make a motion to accept them on the phone call.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Before we start the meeting today, I just want to send our condolences to Chris Brady. His father passed away. And also Elizabeth Hanson, who was on the HOA board and on our landscape committee. Her husband passed away this weekend in a difficult accident. So, just keep them all in your prayers, and I just wanted to say that because they're both very important people to this committee and to the community, so that's all I have to say with there. Okay, let's continue with the meeting. Do we have any public comments? Sharon, come on up. And again, we have the 5 minutes.
Sure. I'm Sharon Ierly. I live at 21225 Weymouth Road, and my question is this to the CDD. We have been told that you guys are going to start the thing on Corkscrew this month. What date?
I don't know. Ms. John, can you talk?
We're tearing down the fence, cutting down those trees.
Tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am. I asked last night, I said, I need to know when you're starting this. He said tomorrow. Because they're over Pondwoods right now doing some work, and they're trying to work it all together. So he said tomorrow will be out there Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. So tomorrow.
That's all I need to know.
Okay.
Thank you guys
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You as well. Any other public comments? Okay, thank you. John?
All right, let's see how I want to start this. Let's just go over staff report. Staffing, I got my head mechanic and my assistant mechanic are both out. One's on workman's comp. He's been out for about a month. Don't know when he's coming back, hopefully in a couple weeks. The other one is doing some contracting work for the summer for another company.
Which we knew about when we hired him.
Which we knew about, and so he's
Okay.
making more money, so, it's kind of hard to tell somebody, no, don't go. But he's helping out as much as he can. As a matter of fact, he's coming back today to help us out. We have tons of equipment down. Yesterday, both rough motors went down. Today, one of the rollers went down, the chain. Top dresser went down, so we're not top dressing greens today. I got a call from Kevin Scott next door to borrow his. If we can't get ours fixed today, we're going to run over there and grab his and use it.
But Franco's willing to help us out on rainy days when he's not
Yeah, he
working
comes in
and
on the weekends.
weekends.
We make a list for him, throughout the week, and then on the weekends he comes in and, we prioritize that list of, hey, we need this done, and he's been doing great with that. I can't commend him enough because I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't work all that week and then come in for half the pay that I'm making, but I'm very appreciative, very
Well,
much
there's
appreciative.
promotion options there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I can't thank him enough. The course looks great. Right now, we're really clean. We're making a lot of progress, but I'm not going to lie, these past few weeks have been very trying with all that rain, started with all that rain, the excessive rain, which leads us to the flowers. You see how that smoked a lot of the flowers, those vincas. The ones that had the real good drainage did, they held up. The other ones that did not. So I don't know what to do. I haven't even thought about, do we replace them, or do we just rip them all out and replace them, or do we just rip them out until October?
Well, it's going to be, I guess we have to think about that because, we are expecting a tremendous rain this summer.
I'm definitely not putting any more vincas in.
No, is there
I wouldn't
any
do that.
just,
I have some at the shop, some left, a few that I could probably, 2 of the beds we've already removed them because the entire beds were gone. I may be able to complete one bed.
is there any green, something we could just, so that it's not just dirt? I don't know, let's think about it, but I would rather...
I'm going to...
Perennials in.
One of the other options is maybe just
Some of those beds, make them smaller.
finding the cheapest flower we can, something's in the 50, 60 cent range a piece, and that'll put you like $1,500.
Okay, what perennials could we put, perennials, is it? Yeah.
And-
Perennials.
Yeah, perennials.
Are you there
Oh,
annuals?
no, year round?
Let's put perennials, no, in some of those beds and make them smaller with perennials.
Yeah.
Let's look at that.
We're looking at it and then deciding what you want to use, what beds.
Yeah, let's look at that, because this seems to be ongoing.
That hurt, yeah. That one
Because the
hurt.
rain, I mean,
We're still behind a little bit from that rain, not that, just washouts. We lost 3 days of work. I mean, we had to send people home for 3 days. So that was tough. The common grounds we got to pick back up on. We're still, slacking in the little things there. We got some fertilizer we still got to put out. Yeah, so, I mean, that's kind of where we're at with staffing. Everybody's back. I had a few people out. One gentleman had a baby. He just came back. I had another gentleman who spoke with his nephew had passed, and he's a caretaker. Young man is 18, so he was gone for a few weeks. So as we were getting people in, now we're losing people. It's kind of like this rotating door right now.
get rid of that revolving door
I
down
know,
there.
it's hard. It's just, they're not leaving, but they're coming back to work and they're out for whatever reason.
Right. And Brian's back helping us when he can?
Brian Cottrell, who used to work for us, for years, yeah, he's back and helping us this summer. I talked to him, just had him come back just because we need help, He's slow for his current job. He drives for like a private firm, not like Uber, it's like Uber, something different. But they're real slow right now, so he's back. He started back today. That's a real big help. There was a drain on 8T, I just want to let everybody know about, behind Dennis's house. I forget Dennis's last name. What is it? Rochelle, yeah. It was clogged up, and it was flooding back, and we were getting all that rain. It was looking pretty bad. Luckily, it got so high that it started running in between his house and his neighbor's house, and that was enough passageway to keep it from getting any higher, because it was pushing up towards the patios. I dug down, it was pretty deep, it was about 8.5, 9 feet deep in the ground. We found where the drain had collapsed, fixed it, so hopefully after the next rain, it's held up since, everything looks pretty good there.
Okay.
Ice machines. So the electrical got put in on the bathroom on 15 in the wrong spot. I called them and told them I needed them to come out and put it in the same spot as the bathroom on 6, Panther Electric. They were supposed to come out last week. They haven't. I got to give them a call. I was waiting for them to maybe show up this week. They haven't thus far. So after the meeting, I'm going to give them a call and see the status on that. Our first ice machine, the bill still needs to be paid on that before we get our second one.
Okay.
Because we're ready for the second one. And
Do we have the invoice? Have we sent it to Lucy?
yes, yeah, so we just got that sent in. And I think it got lost in translation, I'm not sure. We didn't get it, it wasn't like I got it, but we found it. Because I
Okay.
didn't know, they brought it to our attention because I called to order the other one. I said,
Okay.
hey, I think we should, I thought we ordered them both at the same time. And they were just holding it for us because they do that.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case.
Okay.
And then once we get that out, the plumber has to come out and then plumb, because they have to drill through the wall of the bathroom, so they need to see where it sits,
Right.
So hopefully, I'd say with maybe 2-3 weeks, maybe,
Okay.
we'll get that ice machine going on the bathroom. I also signed into a contract, a maintenance contract with them, TWC, who we're buying the ice machines from to maintain them, to come out
Good.
on a quarterly basis, because they got filters, they got wiring and stuff like that.
And that's the one at the Pro Shop,
Pro Shop, in both bathrooms.
in both bathrooms? Okay.
It'll be, I think it's $1,205 quarterly, so,
Well, it's well worth it to keep them going,
Yeah.
because I know Lloyd was trying to do all that, and, okay.
so that's where we're at on the ice machines. I know Adam, Mr. Dalton's on the phone, so I'm gonna give you a quick insurance update on, last meeting we talked about, we're trying to find.
Excuse me 1 minute. Adam, can you hear John? Okay. Why don't you come over and sit here, and so that John can hear, or Adam can hear you, since he's been, if you don't mind. I'm bringing John over near the phone.
Can you hear me? So I'm just talking about the insurance, where we're at thus far. So right now where we stand is, Adam, can you please tell me, I forget the name of Dan's company. I know we're working with Venture for the Hooray Health, but
yes,
Thompson Insurance.
Thompson Risk,
Thompson.
that's what it is. Thompson Risk. So,
I did reach out to the instrument, and I'm going to speak to the thing later with information. I know that they are comparing or presenting I would take to the mother, and they have what is right, they have the rights, similar to the coverage. They're also looking at introducing maybe some of their options. Just not really personally making a decision today. One of the observations I had was lower the take-up that we have on health insurance. And that was with this really movement method. And the company on the phone last week. And I think we have some options which may be of interest on employees, and may really reduce our costs. For those third members that are aware, our medical insurance prices have gone up massively for the last couple of months.
how much, Adam? Probably about 10 to
He's
15.
the reason I recommend.
Okay, hold on 1 minute. Okay, so John and Adam have been working with Ventura and Thompson Risk. Dan has been able to get some quotes and information where it would be half the price with basically the same coverage. They're still looking at that, and our insurance has gone up, like, 15%?
No, about 10 to 12,000 per month.
10 to 12,000 per month.
Okay, so half the price of what? Well, what
Oh, we're
we're
current-
paying or what we're going to pay?
What we're currently paying.
Currently paying, so
Yeah.
not counting the increase of 12,000 a month.
No, that's what we're paying now. We're paying 10 to 12,000,
What
yeah.
were we paying before?
As far as, I mean, what do you mean?
I'd have to look at the budget and see.
Well, if it went up 12, we should know what we were paying before.
Yeah.
So what were we paying before?
Total, I mean, between...
Monthly.
Mine was probably, I got it on my budget over there,
Yeah.
but I don't know what the pro shop is paying. It's a combination of the two.
I don't
Adam, do you know what we were paying?
Yeah, we probably have to take,
Okay, they're saying it's doubled and that they can,
Yeah, so we were paying close to 7,000 a month.
7,000 a
Just for the
month.
golf course.
Just for the golf course or just?
I don't know what the pro shop is. But what we went to is, so with Thompson Risk, they're looking into our major medical, and they're gonna, what we're trying to do is offer several types of insurance. Major medical for those who want it, and then this Hooray Health, which is slightly different. It's much cheaper for us as a company. But this is for, you have to have at least 5 people signed up for this
Okay.
to be able to have it. But what this does is this has, a lot of your stuff that younger people may want, people that aren't on their parents' insurances, they're past the age of 25. It's a much more affordable plan, but it has, pharmaceutical, walk-in clinic, all kinds of stuff like that, outpatient imaging, outpatient sick visits, but it's just a smaller, and some of the costs are, so like an employee, for them it would be, we pay 80%, so for them it would be like $15 a month,
Right,
right? It costs us $50 a month,
right.
roughly, for that core. These are the two plans, there's 2 plans, core and max 5,000 light, that we would look into, because these, we wouldn't, if we're gonna offer this much coverage on these 2, they might as well be having major medical.
Right.
This is not, this is not major medical, this is not, that's gonna come from Dan and,
At the risk.
and they're gonna give us comparisons from United, I think, United, I don't know if Blue Cross Blue Shield will be in there, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. So,
So that's where we are at,
This says group insurance for golf, for that is $16,488. This this month. And the pro shop is $2,804.
Okay,
So about 19,000, almost 20,000 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So if we can cut that, that would be great. So I know Adam and John are working on that, as well as Leslie, so you'll keep us updated.
Yeah, and it's going to be more options for
The
the
employees.
employees and cost savings for us. And there also might be, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's not always just about cutting costs. I mean, I'm all for it, obviously, but there's a low number of people that can afford this, even when it's subsidized, the golf course paying 80%, there's a low take-up rate. So like, we're looking to come up with a couple of different options. We've got a lot of young people who may be interested in coverage that will help them if they have an immediate issue, you know.
Right.
If they have an infection, you know, so like, we're just trying to come up with something that's I think a better option.
Affordable and, right, affordable, and it will really benefit them.
Better employment package, if you will, for employees. So John was talking about employee turnover. I'm hoping we have a really good comprehensive healthcare package that's better than any of the other courses that have.
Okay.
At an affordable price.
Okay, well,
Legally.
Well, I appreciate you working on this, Adam, because this really is beneficial. And we could probably get some more employees on this if it's this discounted.
Yeah,
So-
so it's more options for, we have minor medical, major medical policies to
Right.
offer.
And maybe we can keep them healthy.
Keep them healthier, yeah. So we're still working on that. Hopefully by next month we'll have, more
More
complete
details.
package. Because
Okay.
we got to get these numbers into the budget as well.
Yes.
Right now, currently in the budget, I have what we're currently paying.
And we have to leave it at
I have
that
to
while we
leave it
do the
at that.
budgets. Okay.
And then there's a possible, Adam, I was going to mention the possible savings. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for the budget, I can put it there. What we're gonna do is who all is gonna sign up for the meeting, so
Right.
a budget, I think should be clean for last year's numbers.
Yes, that's what we're going to do, Adam, because, if it doesn't work, then we've got to stick with that, and have a valid budget. Okay.
And also, I wanted to mention, during this process, we've also may have found a possibility to save some money to help offset this insurance cost with moving to a different payroll company called Gusto. We're still looking into that, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But we looked into that a little bit because during this process, and there's some possible potential savings there too.
Okay.
Maybe around like the $30,000-$40,000 a year mark.
Perfect.
So that would definitely help out.
And you guys and Leslie are working on that.
We're working on that currently, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So that's where we are with the insurance.
Okay. What else do you have, John?
A lot.
Huh?
A lot.
A lot. Okay, I'm ready.
So, all right, let's see where we're at. Since I got Lisa, Miss Paul, she's in the audience today. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
So I finally got the estimate back from Gorman and Morse for the landscaping at Duffy's. Yeah, right. I handed that, you'll see two, I don't know why they did this, two different quotes, one's front and back. Most of that money is for the curbing, if you look at it. And then the rest is for the planning. But there's one for $229, and then there's another one for like $8,000. The $8,000 is like leaving the immediate, I don't know why they didn't put that in this first bid, or this other quote, maybe it's just too much, because this is front and back. Like immediately leaving Duffy's, where the little Duffy sign is to your left, and, right when you pull out of the entrance of the parking lot. So there's that, something to think about. I know you got people, you know what I mean? If something you want to bring in, and
Okay.
Well, I know you network and stuff like that, so
Okay.
this is just one, to get the ball rolling with this.
This has the scope of what you're doing?
Scope, yes, it has a
Do
scope of
we
work.
need to do all the curbing?
Right, so, like we had talked, there's gonna be some casualties of war, if you will. And that's what I said, I said, we don't wanna do all the curbing, but they just put it in there. This is what it would be to do all the curbing.
Okay.
To that point too, do we wanna do half the curbing and then whatever's chipped but didn't get ruined, if it's already chipped, and not fix it? So that's something to think about, because there's a lot of damaged curb there as we sit, right? And even if it doesn't get damaged more, some areas that will, do we want to have this nice new curbing on the areas we replaced and then not have it on the areas that didn't really get damaged, it was already pre-damaged? So it's something to think about, so for what it's worth.
Yeah, maybe just do a little bit at a time.
Yeah, because there's some definite, a lot of damage currently, and I know where there's oak trees sitting on the bulldozers, there's going to be damage. It's just.
Chuck, do we have access in the bond for this?
Right now, we do.
Do we have any other projects?
We're doing the corkscrew landscaping at this point. We don't know if you've done anything beyond that. If you don't, then there's plenty of access.
Okay. That'd be the only way I would consider doing all of this. Or I would vote for it, I should say.
Right. And the only other thing that we need to do within the community is all the, along the main road.
Once the back is going to start working through the intersection.
Right. And, around, remember we were talking about putting all that grass or stuff around all the utility boxes and those posts, just to clean up the main road. So maybe we can get Dorman out to give us a price on that.
And this isn't my wheelhouse, but I don't know how much is Duffy's responsible for this or going to be in the case if it happens. I don't, or when it happens.
Yeah, it's part of their camp, so, yeah.
So some of that money can be used towards that. So, Chuck?
Kind of treating this as a landscape reset. It's, we did the parking lot, we didn't pursue any recovery there either.
Right, okay.
Just the parking lot reset, that kind of went with the repaving of the road, so,
Okay.
yeah, I think,
If we have the money in the bond.
keep that for your building at this point.
Yeah. So if we have the money for that, let's do that, and then get Dorman to come along and do what they, just to clean up the main road, and especially coming in that, and I asked you the other day, coming in at the four-way stop, those bushes are dead. You pull them?
We pulled out the dead ones.
Okay.
Yesterday, we got those pulled out, and I got more coming in. I got to get a count, and there's several areas that we need to replace them.
Okay. But if you could see with Dorman, just to make it green and nice.
Where are you talking? What do you mean? All the intersections?
Not all the intersections, all along the main road. Remember how they have those wooden posts with meters or something on them and the utility boxes? We were looking to just kind of hide them a little bit, not in the front, because they have to get to those. You and I will go look through that.
Like on the corner right here, Braxfield and Stony Brook?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big boxes,
Yeah, just to...
kind of brownish green now?
Yeah, just to try and hide them a little bit, so it's all blending in with greenery along the main road. So maybe Thursday, because I'm not around tomorrow. Maybe, one day you and I can, and I'll point out what I think we need to have Dorman look at to just clean up and plant. I don't want anything big that's going to block any vision anymore, but just something to kind of hide those utility boxes. And Chuck, did you send anything to the county, or have we heard from the county of what they're going to help us with the...
Our original contact is moved on. So that becomes problematic.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I think they'll have amnesia on their commitments, but
I'll keep pushing. We'll get Tony to push.
we can talk to push, yeah.
Yeah, because we were all on that call. Okay.
I sent in my first iteration of the budget last week. We're probably, right now I'm sitting around, remember, we're really high with this insurance. So
Yes.
But right now it's a little over $2 million. Last year we were like 1.8, so
Okay.
it's not it's not that big an increase, but that's where we're at these days. I remember if I would've heard that 5-10 years ago, I was like, "Man, that's a lot of money."
Yeah.
But,
So,
so what else? We went over that. Insurance. Oh, so you have another quote for the seawall. from, so this is a friend or co-acquaintance of the people doing the bridges. And, you know, our seawalls are hit, well, 10 and 18 are pretty bad. We had to do emergency repair while they were here. Actually,
Yeah.
they helped us out with that.
Good.
So he gave me a guy's number, that quote, Kevin, I think, what is the name of the
Kevin
company?
Carver?
So I gave him the linear footage, what needs to be replaced, and he gave us two options, a aluminum fence, and that's what these pictures are, or aluminum fence, I'm sorry, aluminum head wall. I've never seen them before, but he says, you know, as far as how long they last, they don't even know yet. They just seem to last, they're still determining they last a really long time. And then there's obviously going with wood. So the wood was 500,000, and I believe that the aluminum was like 750 or 720? 720, yeah. So
Does aluminum wall come with different colors?
I'm gonna say no.
Because that's ugly.
It is. And that's what I thought. I thought the same thing, to be honest with you. Because you can, I don't know.
And you're going to get green mold on it?
Yeah.
I mean, but it'll last twice as long, you know, I mean, you get the, but, yeah.
I didn't say that.
They able to do composite? Because we've got composite.
I don't know, you know, he didn't mention that to me. I was surprised when he mentioned aluminum. I was like, I've never seen that aluminum
We've
before.
got composite out in wild blue, which is kind of a brown in color. Which
Yeah.
might be better.
Is it decorative?
Getting dirt.
Is it decorative?
Looks good. I mean, it looks better than the...
Does it look like the aluminum wall, or?
No, more like you know what it would look like? The composite we got on the fishing pier up by the bathroom. That's all composite.
Oh, okay. See if they could, what the price
It's like
would be
a
for
rectangle,
composite.
Actually, it's like a vinyl composite.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they do. It's probably going to come right in between these two prices.
Okay.
okay.
How much longer do we have on this wall? What do you think?
Week and a half.
I mean, if it keeps raining and raining, that's what
Yeah.
hurts
Yeah.
it, is the rain. You know, and then you get these washouts behind them and, you know,
I'd like to try to duct tape it until we do the full renovation
yeah, no,
and bundle it into that, and maybe look at other options. I looked at the stone wall down at Forest Glen. I'm sure it's a little more expensive, maybe twice as much, but it'll last forever as well. So big rock boulders, there may be something we can look into there to see what that might run. And it would look a hell of a lot better than both the bulkhead and aluminum.
Well, I don't like the aluminum, but I'm interested in the
Vinyl composite.
composite, yeah.
Haven't we already maxed out our rock wrap on the lake?
Or what?
Well, this
Are we
is,
not talking about like?
yeah, I don't think you're...
Golf versus
You're just
comp.
replacing, like, you know, you're just replacing existing linear footage, which was already permitted, so...
I'm sorry?
The price,
Adam, you're breaking up. I'm sorry, Adam, could you repeat that?
yeah, I was just asking, is that just for 18, 500,000?
It's for both, right?
18 and 10.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who's going
I'm
to...
just curious, Chuck, I know when we did the lake bank restoration, I thought there were some provisions that we, as a community, we had already used up the linear footage of rock wrap that we could use on the lake.
Right, we were adding shorebank hardening, because we were leaving the geotubes in place rather than cutting them open and spreading out the soil and using them just as a collection. But this hardening's hardening, whether it's a retaining wall, seawall, stone, so that linear footage is already baked into your permit. If we're just replacing the seawalls and not
I
extending.
interpreted that,
Yeah.
I interpreted that we could only use so much specifically rock wrap.
Nope, just hardening in general. You're looking.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Any more money to spend, John?
no,
Take the phone away from the money.
Yeah,
Not yet.
not yet, okay,
Not yet. I'm trying not to, I promise.
okay.
So, excuse me, and this bid here,
Yes, ma'am.
is this for the concrete curbing, is that repair or
Replace,
replace?
that's a complete
Because it
replacement.
says this is based on repairing all curbs, but,
Should be replacing, no, it's replacing.
Yeah, down below, he uses the term.
yeah, then it goes
replace.
however, so,
He's interchangeably using repair and replace.
correct.
But yeah, I think it's replace.
Replacing.
So we don't know how much to repair.
I would say probably whatever the linear footage is for repair times
Like
the
a
unit
third
price.
of that, probably. So, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
That's simple. I think I'm gonna hand it off to Kyle.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, this is Kyle Schulte. He is our interim pro. We are, and he has done a great job. Well, the board's gotten their weekly updates, which I think is great. I really do. And Tyler Leone and he have done a great job with the pro shop and the outside. And I will suggest to all board members, as I have done, any ideas or suggestions. One simple suggestion I said to him is, I don't have everybody's phone numbers, so he put together a list. Every board member has a phone number of all the pro shop starters, rangers, the whole bit. Chuck, Tony, and I think speak to Tyler and/or Kyle with any of your suggestions. They're looking to really push and make everything good, and I think you should all stop in the pro shop and take a look, because they've really done a good job. So this is Kyle Schulte. Kyle, you're on.
Yeah, thank you so much. I would like to go ahead and formally introduce myself again. I am Kyle Schulte. I'm a PGA golf professional. I am really excited to be serving the role as interim head pro, and I'd like to note that I have formally submitted my resume for the permanent position. I'll start off with the staff report as well. My first assistant, Tyler Renal, is going to be on vacation from the 23rd to the 30th, and he'll be back at the first of the month there. And our merchandiser, Tyler Leon, will be going on vacation as well, starting on the 28th. Moving on to my report here. You know, since taking on the role, I've really been focusing on 3 key areas. That's the people, the processes, and our systems at the golf course. I've had lots of conversations with board members as well as employees and just golfers in general. And it's really helping me shape the vision and the budget that we're working on for the golf course. One of the things I've been doing is setting up weekly reports as well as automated reports, sales reports from the point of sale system on a weekly and monthly basis for the board members. And one of the other things I'm really proud of that we've done is created a master calendar in the pro shop, so any golfers, staff members, board members, anybody can walk into our office and see exactly what's going on from a maintenance perspective, as well as golf tournaments and just activities and such.
And, excuse me, Kyle, the other thing for the board members, just as, if you're going to be gone for a period of time, just let Kyle know so that, you know, they're not calling Eileen, well, she's not answering. Well, she's on vacation, she's in, you know,
Exactly.
wherever.
That's
So if the board could also just keep the pro shop posted, because there are times that I'm not around, Chris isn't around, or, you know, and they need to contact the board members. So just keep them posted on what you're doing and different things like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we hope to use that master calendar
Yeah.
for. Moving on to some of the processes and stuff, got to give a big shout out to John. I thought they did a terrific job with that first verification. I thought we nailed the price point. You guys will see in the sales report that you get at the end of the month here, we've had a terrific month, especially considering all the rain. You know, the bridges are looking fantastic on the back 9. The cart path work they've done looks really good as well. I wish we could have got a little more of a rounded edge.
We're working on it right now, we're restoring that area.
Love that, because that's just something that I thought was going to burn up quickly. John kind of touched on the electrical work at the bathrooms there as well. Disappointed to hear that they had put that in wrong. But we have been in touch with TWC. We're going to make sure everything gets put in correctly by the end of the month.
And we're going to have a good drainage so that it
Yeah,
doesn't build up like it does.
Exactly. So John actually mentioned he cut a groove in that one on 5 already.
Okay.
And we're going to make sure our starters are on top of cleaning stuff to make sure it is working properly.
Okay.
Yeah, we went out yesterday and did that. Just got to keep it clean, because dirt and dust will eventually fill it up.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and I think that's something we could just build into, procedure for the staff on our end.
Okay.
I gotta give a really big shout out to Tyler Leon stepping up as our merchandiser. She's been really on task and has done a terrific job with the Pro Shop. If you guys look at the packet and you turn the page, I've attached the pictures of the Pro Shop. There's a clear floor plan now. Things are organized, things are sized properly. It looks really, really good. I cannot speak to her enough, and just singing her praises on that. We got the banquet tent down. You'll see the picture on that as well. We asked for a quote for a new one. I know we're not set in stone on putting a new one up or anything like that. I just want to be on top of the financials on that for you guys. And I know in the last meeting I was sitting in the audience, and the big conversation was how the residents are in the point of sale system. From the list that you guys have delivered us, we've taken care of that. On our end, all the residents are in as they should be, and we're ready for the next step, getting the HOA form approved, so people can start putting in the application, so we can start cleaning it up more often.
Okay, and Kyle, let me just interject. I had a meeting with Dennis Soldani, and I know that he had given, Adam access to Dwelling Live, and I told him to pull it back. And the reason being is that there was information that we could use, but there was information that I did not want the staff to, it had phone numbers, children, everything else, and I said no, and he said, well, it's not a problem, and I said, something happens to someone, and they go and say, all these people had access to that information, so they pulled it back, and I said, I would like to get a list of residents and their addresses, that's all I need.